Nobody saw me break. I smiled while my whole world caved. They thought I was strong, I was just too scared to say. I don't know how much more I can take. Yeah. 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 I learned how to laugh when the room got quiet. Learned how to say I'm good when I wasn't. Learned how to carry a storm in my chest and still walk outside like the sky wasn't coming. Everybody loved the version that never complained. Nobody asked what it cost me to make it. I became so good at hiding the damage that even my shadow forgot I was shaking. But tonight, I'm done pretending. Yeah. I remember sitting on the edge of my bed, phone in my hand, but I couldn't call nobody. Had 1,000 things I wanted to say, but pride kept whispering, don't let them see you falling. So I stared at the ceiling until sunrise, counting every reason I should quit. Funny how the people who say they know you never recognize you when you're drowning in it. I gave everybody pieces of me, then wonder why I felt empty. I kept forgiving people who hurt me, because being alone felt worse than being unhappy. I was fighting battles with no witnesses, taking punches from thoughts I couldn't explain. And every morning I put my armor on like nobody would notice the cracks in my face. But here's what nobody understood: I wasn't weak, I was exhausted from being strong. Yeah. So if you've ever said I'm fine when your whole heart screamed I'm not, if you've ever disappeared inside yourself just to become somebody everybody thought you were, then you know. Nobody saw me break, nobody heard that sound, nobody knew how many nights I almost couldn't make it out. I kept my head up high while everything inside me changed. They saw me standing there, they never saw me. Nobody saw those tears, nobody saw that fight, nobody knew I was losing myself, just trying to make it through the night. Now I'm coming back different, and I don't need you to explain. You only saw me survive, you never saw me break. And maybe that's the hardest part. Sometimes the person everyone calls strong is the person who's been begging silently for somebody to notice they're not okay. Yeah. I stopped telling people what was happening, cause every answer sounded like advice. Just move on, stay positive, everything happens for a reason maybe. But nobody tells you what to do when the reason hurts more than the question. So I started walking longer roads home, just so nobody could see me arrive. Put my headphones on and turn the world down, trying to hit one reason to stay alive. Not talking about dying, I'm talking about the old me, the version that trusted every promise, the version that believed everybody meant what they told me. Yeah. That kid disappeared somewhere along the way, buried underneath disappointment and shame. I didn't lose him in one big moment, I lost him one broken promise at a time. Nobody saw me break, I did it quietly. No headlines, no warning, just a war happening inside of me. I learned to breathe through panic, learned to sleep beside regret. Everybody called it growing up, I called it learning how to live with what I couldn't forget. Then one day I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize the eyes staring back. There was anger in the reflection, but underneath it was a man who was tired of going back. Back to the people who didn't choose me, back to the places that made me feel small, back to every version of myself that confused being needed with being loved at all. I finally understood, you can't heal in the same room where everybody keeps reminding you who you used to be. So I left, not because I stopped caring, because for the first time I started caring about me. And that decision hurt, it felt selfish, it felt wrong. But sometimes saving yourself looks selfish to the people who benefit from you staying broken. That's when everything changed. I stopped asking, why didn't they save me? And started asking, why was I waiting for somebody else to? I don't hate anybody, that's the crazy part. I just don't need their approval anymore. I don't need an apology to validate what happened. I don't need them to admit they hurt me. I remember, now I choose what happens next. Nobody saw me break, but I remember every piece. Every night I saw the war that was happening inside my brain. But everybody's gonna see me rise. I don't need revenge, I just need to become the man I couldn't see through all those sleepless nights. Now I'm building something out of everything I lost, turning every scar into a sentence. Every rejection became a lesson, every goodbye became a direction. I used to think my pain was punishment, now I think it was preparation. Because you don't discover how strong you are when everything goes according to plan. You discover it when the plan falls apart and you still wake up. That's what I did, I woke up again and again and again. Even when I didn't feel motivated, even when nobody checked on me, even when the dream looked ridiculous, I kept going. Cause somewhere underneath the fear there was still a voice saying, don't you dare let the worst chapter be the ending. If you're listening to this alone tonight, remember this: they might have missed your breaking point, but they don't get to miss your comeback. Nobody saw me break, now watch me rebuild. I took everything that hurt me and turned it into something real. I don't need the old crowd, I don't need the old chains. I'm not the person they abandoned, I'm the person who survived the pain. Nobody saw me break, nobody knew how deep it went, but every scar they thought would end me became evidence of where I had been. And if they ask how I made it, I'll tell them I stopped waiting to be rescued, I rescued myself. Maybe you know this feeling, you're surrounded by people and somehow you're still alone. You answer every message while nobody knows you're struggling. You show up for everybody while secretly hoping somebody will show up for you. And when nobody does, you learn to stand, you learn to breathe, you learn that silence isn't always weakness. Sometimes silence is where you build the strength to finally speak. So I'm speaking now, not because I'm broken, because I survived being broken. I was angry, I was lost, I was jealous of people who looked like they had life figured out. I hated watching everybody move forward while I was fighting just to get out of bed. But then I realized I wasn't behind, I was healing, and healing doesn't have a deadline. So if you're still rebuilding, don't compare your chapter 2 to somebody else's. Chapter 20. Keep going. Now every morning feels different, not perfect, but mine. I don't wake up trying to impress people, I wake up trying to protect my peace of mind. I don't chase every friendship, I don't beg every heart to stay. If somebody wants to leave my life, I don't have to lose myself to make them stay. I've learned the difference between loneliness and peace. I've learned that losing people sometimes gives you room to breathe. I've learned that being misunderstood doesn't mean you're wrong. And I've learned that the darkest nights don't get to decide how your story ends, just because they lasted too long. You know what's crazy? The person you become after surviving your worst season doesn't owe anybody an explanation. You don't have to prove why you changed. Your peace is the proof. Nobody saw me break, but now everybody sees the fire. I walked through every doubt and somehow came out higher. I lost some people, I lost some dreams, I lost the person I thought I had to be. But somewhere in that wreckage, I found me. Nobody saw me break, nobody knew the price I paid, but every tear I couldn't explain became another brick beneath my name. I'm not asking for sympathy, I'm not asking you to understand. I'm standing here because I finally learned how to become my own man. So here's to the nights nobody remembers, here's to the tears nobody saw, here's to every unanswered message, every closed door, every no, every goodbye. Here's to the version of you that kept going when nobody clapped. Here's to the mornings you thought you wouldn't reach. Here's to the person you are becoming, because maybe nobody saw you break. Maybe nobody understood, maybe nobody came, but you're still here, and that means something. You didn't need everybody to believe in you. You just needed one reason not to quit. Find that reason, protect it, build around it. And when the world finally asks how you survived, don't give them the whole story. Just look at them and say, you didn't see me break. You only saw me become impossible to break again. Nobody saw me break, but now they see me standing. Nobody knew the war, now they hear me commanding. I came from the silence, I came from the shame. I walked through the fire and came back with my name. Nobody saw me break. Nobody saw those days. My body is a map of what I escaped, and I won't hide it anymore. No, I won't hide it anymore. Nobody saw me break, but everybody's gonna remember how I came back. If nobody noticed when you were falling, let them notice when you rise. If nobody believed when you were struggling, don't waste your comeback trying to convince them. Keep moving, keep building, keep becoming, because sometimes the loudest comeback belongs to the person who suffered in silence. Nobody saw me break, but I'm still here, and this time